This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Always a pleasure. Joe Markowski, how are we, mate?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Obviously here, the first time Anthony Joshua gets that sort of prime time slot for DAZN in the UK. He takes on Jermaine Franklin, what's being dubbed as the new dawn, maybe a new side of his career. Excited?
Hugely excited, and something we've been obviously waiting for a long time. We've worked with AJ around the world for the last 5 years, always with an eye on taking his content in the UK, taking his fights in the UK, and Saturday night's our first opportunity to do that. A new dawn for AJ, a new stage of his career, a new broadcast partnership, obviously with us, and we're really excited about introducing the DAZN brand to a broader set of the UK sports fans on Saturday night.
He put out a little tweet, once it starts it keeps going on. I believe that it will now be available to watch in pubs from Saturday onwards. Virgin Media customers can tune in as well, Sky as we know on 429. I imagine a lot of this you were working hard to get finalised behind closed doors. It seems like it's all come at once. Just how delighted are you as a platform?
Yeah, we're extremely excited and proud of those deals. I think the key thing for us is being available on every screen that any boxing fan in the UK could possibly want to watch on. We've always been live on tablets, we've always been live on smart TVs, we've always been live on mobile phones, we've always been live on consoles. We're now on the Sky platform, on channel 429, we're on the Virgin platform, we're in all the pubs and clubs. If you're a publican, you should be getting in touch to get the fight into your pub on Saturday night. Many of them have. So any screen in the UK possible, we'll be broadcasting to, and that's obviously key to our strategy. We're platform agnostic, we want to make sure that we're available everywhere, and we increasingly are in the UK.
Out of curiosity, do you know sort of how the numbers will face this weekend? Do you believe that you'll see more viewing on Sky, Virgin, in pubs, etc., or do you think that the app will still have the more substantial viewership?
I think the majority of the audience will be on the DAZN platform, so that's www.dazn.com. That's an app you can download in the app stores and any app store you use. So I think the vast majority of the consumption will be on our direct channels, on our app. But I also think the Sky and the Virgin distribution will be really important. It's obviously a way in which sports fans have become accustomed to watching content. That's why we're on the platforms, and that's why it was important for us to get those deals done. We've listened to fans. Some fans want to watch on those platforms, and we made that possible.
Joe, the schedule coming up is exciting. Anthony Joshua here, then Joe Cordina gets his homecoming. Then we go to Guadalajara for Canelo, who takes on John Ryder in a mandatory defence, a homecoming for him. Then Katie Taylor takes on Chantel Cameron. The first time two undefeated, undisputed, active world champions come at it with each other. And then obviously Abu Dhabi we're waiting on an announcement for. A really, really good schedule.
I think the best schedule in boxing, as we consistently have, and something that we work very hard to deliver, week on week, month on month. We've had a lot of chat in the last few weeks, in the last couple of weeks in particular, around AJ's future fights and what might happen with Tyson Fury after the Usyk fight fell away. Frankly, all of that is to be thought about later. Everything hinges on Saturday night. Everything hinges on this fight. AJ's got to look good against Franklin. I'd love to see him knock out Franklin, if I'm completely honest, look exceptional and tee up that fight. None of that happens unless AJ gets through Saturday night in spectacular fashion. We will keep delivering big fights from the US, from the UK, from around the world into our schedules. We're focused on delivering value. For AJ, he's got to think about looking spectacular on Saturday night. If he does that, if he knocks Franklin out, there's lots of fights to come, lots of big fights to come, but it all hinges on Saturday night. So for us, the message is quite clear that there's a new dawn for AJ. It starts Saturday night, it's live on DAZN, and it's live from the O2.
Joe, we've seen Tank versus Garcia. The price point's been announced. Is that going to be the same price point for people who want to watch with PBC and DAZN?
I don't think that price point has been formally announced. We're obviously a distributor. We're taking the content from Showtime. Showtime will make an announcement as and when that pay-per-view is set. My understanding, I know that the rumours in the market this week are just that. There'll be an official announcement of the pay-per-view price as and when it's ready. That will come via Showtime. We'll obviously broadcast the pay-per-view. It will be available on DAZN in North America.
Will that be the same price? It will be in time.
Yeah, the price will reflect the market price will reflect whatever the market is set at by Showtime. That hasn't been formally announced. I know the guys are working on that. We're working on international rights for that fight. They haven't been traded or announced yet. We'd like to have the rights in the UK. Clearly, it's a great fight. But I think a very North American focused fight primarily, but one that we're very proud to have played a part in making.
I was going to say, sort of just lastly on that point, as a platform, you still will be pushing to get that in the UK, I suppose?
Yeah, we are pushing to get it in the UK. There's an ongoing process. As I say, I think that fight is It's big in the UK. It's particularly big in North America. It's a very American-focused fight. We'd love it in the UK because fight fans want to see it. We also know that it's reflective of a general approach DAZN are taking. We talk about working with partners like Sky and Virgin to get our content on their platforms. We want to make sure we're also working with the likes of Showtime, with the likes of Queensbury, with the likes of making sure our promotional partners, as well as the broadcast players in the market, we are not getting in the way of ourselves and stopping fights from happening. We've been trying to do that for several years now. We're getting more and more adept at doing it. I think Garcia Tank's the biggest fight we've made, or helped make, whilst not having all chips under a DAZN ecosystem, if that makes sense. It's not all in the DAZN family. We've had to go outside the DAZN family, which we're very, very happy and willing to do. I hope it's a sign of things to come. I hope the big fights get made and that broadcast and political politics doesn't broadcast and promoter politics, doesn't get in the way of itself. Yeah.
So far for you, all conversations with sort of competitors, as per se, have been okay?
Yeah, I mean, everyone, I think, makes the right noises. Showtime and us were major players in that conversation, as were PBC, as were Golden Boy, as were the Fighters team. So it took some time, but hopefully it lays a precedent and a framework for more deals like that to get done and more fights to be made.
Joe, top man, thank you very much for your time and see you soon. Very firm handshake.